I was watching Citizen News a few hours ago when we were reminded that it is 18 years since MPESA started. And then the announcer asked the viewers if they can remember where they were in March 2007 when MPESA started. And then I remembered what happened with MPESA. Well, MPESA started in March 2007, and I did not subscribe to it immediately. I think it must have been in May or June when I subscribed in it. That one I know because there was M-Pesa and I could see anything, and I used to see the advertisement and everything, but I had not signed up anything. Many people in life, not just here, many people in life, they make judgment of things today using today's parameter, which is unfair. I think the best way to make judgment of something that happened in the past is to, by imagination, transport yourself to that time. Transport yourself to that time. For example, don't start thinking of WhatsApp days, forgetting that there were those days when we had the black and white TV, whereby communicating with somebody in USA, we used to have envelopes which were envelope at the same time. It is a writing pad. So when you make transport yourself to that time, don't start using the time when people used to use koroboi and now you use electricity. Not even just electricity. Like this bulb here, it is in such a way that if there is a blackout, it continues emitting electricity for 2 to 3 hours. So you don't use today's environment to judge what was there. I have to say that there is something that there was a transaction. I can't really recall what transaction it was, but Mama had some transaction in where she came from, and my father-in-law was the one who did the transaction for her, and the person who was to do the 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 business deal wanted the money. So that time we both. That is why I'm telling you, don't use today's judgment for that time. You see, like today, anybody, even a child who was born when M-Pesa was starting, if he or she wants to transact the money, just go straight. But there we were two in the house. Of course, kids were very young, and so we were saying, how can we send money to? I'm laughing because if it is today, she could just transact without even. I would not even be informed or anything. But we put our heads together. What do we do? Said, well, I'll send it using my line. So I went to. There is a place called Mlango Soko to Kawangware, where today there is a cooperative bank. There's a shop there which was called Top Rank. Top Rank. It used to do computer services, typing services, I think simu ya jamii, and a lot of things. Top Rank is still in Kawangware, but at another geographical place. So as we were going, I rang Mzee, told him, we were, even the technology there, if you compare it to today, it's very laughable. But then it was very modern as compared to the technology that I knew. So I called and said, the money you had agreed so much, I'm sending. If you get money through your phone call, know that it is me. And I even sent an SMS uh, reinstating, in these things which are official, you should send a message that there are those people who call me Kwatenge without a H. There are those who call me Kwatenge with a H. So you have to send an SMS with the proper names as they appear on ID so as not to have any problem. I'll come to that, but I'm trying to say that those days I had the mentality that we used to call money order. I'll come to money order later. So that is how we were thinking. Then I went to top rank. There were so many. I bypassed very many M-Pesa shops. There are very many. I think about 5. There must be 5. But I just bypassed them. I didn't trust them. I knew Top Rank was a very known shop. So I just bypassed these ones and said to myself, if I register with them, maybe there'll be a problem or something. So I went to that Top Rank at the cooperative building at Mlango Soko, Kawangware. Went there, said I want to. I just went the way we used to send money through money order. Gave them money. First of all, I asked how much is, if someone is sending money to so and so through M-Pesa. I even mentioned the town because in money order, say you had to mention the town. We did the technology of knowing that you can have the same phone call in Diani and go with the same phone at Lodwa. We did have that technology. So I mean, we did have that idea. So we just said, oh, I'm sending money to somebody in this town, and I said the telephone number. The girl said it's okay, whatever, whatever. Said okay, here's the money. Uh, then she asked me. Those days, it's not like today. Those first days of M-Pesa, those first days of M-Pesa, when you are sending somebody money, they would ask you, are you going to say you are sending somebody 1,000 shillings? They say, are you the one to pay for the withdrawal or that person will pay for the withdrawal? So, and the withdrawal used to be paid differently because if you have sent me money 1,000 shillings, I go to the place, I say, I want to withdraw this money. Then I pay from my pocket the amount. If it is 20 shillings, then I withdraw the money. That is what used to happen in M-Pesa during the very first days. So I said, I'm sending this money to somebody, someplace. Here's the money, and here's the withdrawal money. Plus, here's my ID. As I was going to say, no, come back. Have you registered with M-Pesa? No, I've not registered. Then she undertook the process of registering me into M-Pesa. That registration is serving up to this very moment of my recording. Now, after she had recorded, she took the money, then placed it. I got a message. Don't laugh. I got a message that you have so much money in your M-Pesa. Then I stood there as she was dealing with other customers. Told me, why have you gone home? I said, I sent that money. I want to know whether the money has been. Said, but you have to transfer it from your phone. I said, how? Said, okay, come, bring your phone. I took the phone. Then she sent the money. Now, after sending the money, I had to call the old man and say, I have sent them. He told me, no, there's no need of you explaining to me because I've already gotten the message. I'm going to the trading center to withdraw the money. So that was my first transaction. It was so confusing. But you see, as you may have seen from what I'm talking, I was using the knowledge or whatever that we used to I used the knowledge and technology that I used to use the time when we used to have money order. Nowadays, you just send anything and they withdraw. But those days you had to say whether it is you who is paying for the transaction, and or if the person whom you are sending will withdraw the transaction. We'll also remember that I said the town that I was going to. Those days before MPESA, we used to send money through money order. Of course, we used to send people. That was a bit faster, but less secure. But with MPESA, with the money order, it used to be two types. Two types. That was, one was telegraphic money order, and the other one was ordinary money order. Now, ordinary money order had a problem. Ordinary money order had a problem because the person would go to the post office to withdraw the cash, and the person had to tell the post office teller who has sent the money. That is why you see that I was sending SMS saying my name and whatever, so as not to cause confusion. As for telegraphic money order used to be, as you send, you would send a telegram as you send the money. So you would send a coded message so that somebody gets a telegram. Actually, one used to get an envelope written telegram. You think that it is an urgent message, that then you get some money. And then there are those secret nicknames that you and the receiver knew each other. You could use a nickname, and then the receiver gets that message and then goes there and says, it is from so and so, from such and such a town. Now that is how my first transaction did. And later on, I started transacting. Nowadays, the transaction, it has gone so much that today we are even using these bundles. You're buying bundles. Those days, I don't think there was even 2G telephones. So things have really changed. And later on, I started doing a few more transactions here and there. And I remember there were times when I wanted to withdraw money, or when I wanted to send the money to anybody else, I spent more than 6 months, where I could find myself the other side of the town, but I would bypass. I used to think of those days that since I'm registered with the top rank at Mlango Soko Sokoni, any transaction I did with MPESA was to be done at top rank Mlango Soko. Those who were in Kawangware, I think you know top rank, because there are so many shops nowadays of that nature. So whenever I had anything to do, wherever I was, I would just keep the money, or even if somebody sent me any money and I was to withdraw, I used to think that since I'm registered at top rank, any transaction I would do at that place. It is only that there's a time when I think the lady at top rank was sick for 2 or 3 days, that I would go find it is closed and whatever. So I bypassed a place where there was money order, and I said, hey, wherever I usually do my transaction, they have closed for some time. I don't know whether they are sick or whatever. And if they continue this way, I will really suffer. That is when I was told that I can transact in my M-Pesa anywhere, anytime, anyhow. Very funny.